that awareness and understanding that it's their responsibility. The initiatives that Qatar is doing with introducing cybersecurity training into the universities, into the secondary and primary schools, will help in that regard over time. So it's just a matter of waiting it out and recommunicating that message over and over again.
Anyone has a different take on that?
So this sounds depressing. It's not meant to be. But in my experience, the organisations that have, and I think what you mean by operationalisation is security as part of the company culture, like safety is. And the organisations that seem to have made most progress in that, unfortunately, are the ones that have suffered from quite high-profile attacks. And the reason that is quite simple. When the likes of Target gets attacked, you're not going to get the chief executive standing up and saying, yeah, go talk to my CTO or my CIO. He's suddenly realised it's his responsibility. So the normal reaction, and I have to say this has changed in the last couple of years. The normal reaction used to be, well, cybersecurity, especially as a security vendor, go talk to my IT guy, or go talk to my CIO or my CTO. Now they understand that it's a business problem. Those organisations that have been. So I think that's, in a way, you could kind of view that as positive. And also the fact that it's changed in the last 2 years, that more understanding that it's a business issue, it's not an IT issue. So I think there's progress being made there. Is progress being made fast enough? Probably not. But it's definitely moving in the right direction to understanding that security is their responsibility. And we've spoken quite a lot about user awareness and that sort of thing. So the danger is it veers in the other direction, and that security becomes so much of a concern that it freezes an organisation and stops them in their tracks from investing in the technology and innovating and doing all the great things they need to do around IT/OT convergence and all the other great kind of connectivity changes around cloud and mobile, that sort of thing. If organisations stop doing that, then they're going to lose out in a very competitive global world. So I think that's where the realisation is coming, is that you've got to build security in as a consideration right at the start, and you've got to do it from a business perspective, not just from an IT perspective.
So monitor says we are out of time. Naveen, do we have questions? So let's quickly summarize. I think the point that Farooq made was identify your crown jewels. How do we go about setting up this infrastructure? Identify your crown jewels, make sure you tackle the risk to those crown jewels, invest appropriately, address the weakest link, which is the human factor in your organization, which is the recommendations from the panel, and to build a safer, secure, smarter Qatar. Thank you all once again for attending, and the panelists. A round of applause, please. Thank you. Thank you.
Once again, thank you very much for all the panelists and the moderator of the session, Mustafa Hunayd. They've set the tone for the rest of the day as well as tomorrow. We have a small break. It was meant to be a 90-minute break, but I believe as of now, we would just use a 70 minutes break and be back at 12 p.m. There are 4 security presentations followed by a panel discussion which would revolve around cybersecurity challenges in the energy industry. So I thank the panel members once again and all of you for joining us. See you at 12 p.m.